I do love the holidays. The time we're given off to spend time with our family and drink hot cocoa and tell stories by a blazing fire. How convenient the first semester just ended for those of us in school, 'cause oh boy, do I have some stories for you. Hello YouTube, Baconlicious here, and as the first half of the school year draws to a close, I decided what better way to celebrate the new year than reflect on everything that went wrong the past few months. Let's get right to it. So this year, as my two electives, I'm taking academic decathlon and art. And as another side note, I was taking honors pre-calculus, but I will be switching that into regular pre-calculus. More on that later though. I'll start in ACDEC because the art rant will be a bit lengthy. Basically, if you don't know what academic decathlon is, it's a class, or sometimes a club, where people get together and compete in 10 different categories. I actually had the teacher last year, so she and I are on pretty good terms, but that's not the point. What I want to tell you guys is what happened at my first competition. So, at a competition, your school and several others gather at the school of whoever is hosting, and you take 7 multiple-choice tests, each one lasting 30 minutes. You also do a speech, an interview, and submit an essay. Between each of the rounds, we have a lot of downtime, and due to some malfunctioning technology, we had almost 2 hours with nothing to do. And that became a problem because ACDEC is a very social class, full of people who get a bit antsy when they don't have anything to do. So, what better way to spend the time than having a singing competition in the middle of the cafeteria? It started out with us just singing as a school, or our school team. My school has the reputation at competitions for being the annoying, obnoxious ones who don't study as hard as we should, or as hard as the other groups do. So we were using someone's Bluetooth speaker to sing as a group. One of the school team sitting next to us at another table overheard, and at one lull in the music when we were debating which song to play next, they pulled out their own Bluetooth speaker and started playing music as well. Just so you know, this competition had about 8 schools, and our school and the school next to us were the 2 rival schools just within my district. So these 2 teams are singing at the top of their lungs. And another team manages to group a 4th team into a group of their own, and when one of our songs stopped, they started. At one point, we had the entire cafeteria singing along with us because everyone knew the song and no one was going to stay out of it. The only reason we had to stop was because the person running the whole thing said it was time for us to begin the last activity and we had to stop and pack up our stuff. I'm not sure if a winner was ever even decided. The second class I'll go ahead and cover is my pre-calculus class. I had a low enough grade in the class that I had to switch out into a regular on-level class, and even then I'm still 2 years ahead of where I should be in math for my age, but I'm actually going to miss some of the people I knew in this class. The one thing that to this day stands out to me the most is the one time that we had a sub. And this class consists of a lot of seniors, so a lot of them are doing a program where they can take a college level class for free and have a class under their belt towards the field they want to do. I'm planning on taking the animation class they offer. One of the big things they advertise, though, is their medical programs, and that's usually what you'll hear a lot of the students talk about, if at all. So we had this one kid who's in the medical program, and he and the sub spent the whole hour talking about the things he's seen when doing his interns in the trauma center, which was the field he was studying in. And I won't go into details, but some of those things should have stayed at the hospital, if you get what I'm saying. I got no work done in that period. Now, the last class, and the class that I have the strangest feelings towards, is my art class. It's a beginning art class, not specializing in anything specific, so any kind of student gets accepted. Those who want to get into art school, and those who are just in it for the credit. A wide range of characters. Personally, I love it. I'm a sophomore, and I'm honestly just happy that I'm able to do something that's actually working towards my career. The problem that arises, though, is that I want to get into art school, and a large portion of the students are just there for the fine arts credit. So I'm over here trying to do my work, and everyone is distracting me, in multiple ways. One of the things that I get comments about is my overall art combined with my online presence. I feel most comfortable in this class, so it feels more natural to me to, quote-unquote, flaunt my talents. Plus, I actually really like attention, positive or negative, so that probably doesn't help matters. So at the beginning of the year when someone asked, I loudly said in front of the whole class that I do, in fact, have a YouTube channel that some continue to watch to this day. Looking back at it, that was pretty dumb of me, but hey, my subscriber count has gone up like 50 since then, so I'm not complaining. The other thing people admire about me is my art. Since art is one of my strong suits, I consider myself one of the better students in the class, so I do feel somewhat elevated above my peers. These 2 things lead to a multitude of consequences, one of which being attention, which generally is bad. I get good attention and bad attention and just attention in general. Another thing is strange comments. But one of the things that comes with these repercussions is my ability to throw shade has increased 8-fold. Seriously, if you'd met me last year, I wouldn't have been able to come up with a good roast to save my life. I'm practically a natural. Overall, though, some of the comments I get are not all pleasant. All people mentioned in this video were remained unnamed, but if you were mentioned, you probably know which one you are. The first two I want to talk about are the first people I met in the class who I consider my friends or at least acquaintances. The only thing that bugs me about them is that whenever I take a breath to react to something somebody says to me, they'll tell me not to do it and stay quiet and ignore people. I'm so sorry, it's my natural instinct to talk trash at someone. Can you stop, interrupting me actually enjoying myself? Thanks! The next one is one I've known for a while, but she's always been considered part of the popular clique, so I've kind of avoided her up until recently. She sits near the two friend acquaintances, and they all sit behind me. I sit across from this guy who is really nice, and I can relate to on a personal level in terms of social and mental situation, so we hit it off kind of well. I laugh at his jokes, he pokes fun at me, it's all good. But this girl, decides to take our vague friendship to a new level and ships us, saying we'll get married one day and garbage like that. There's even a class-wide ship name for us, which I won't disclose for purposes of anonymity. And the final student. This student has been a thorn in my side all year, and I honestly don't see signs of it stopping anytime soon, although fortunately he has backed off. This kid, we'll call him Flirt, started hitting on me from day one. An endless stream of compliments about how I helped him improve his art, how good my own art was, how he wanted to take me out someday. I can't even remember all the things he said to me. It's immeasurable. Flirt is that one kid that causes a distraction to get a rise out of people. He's been moved around the class 3 times in an attempt to distance him from the other kids and keep him from being disruptive. He has a naturally loud voice, which makes it very difficult for us to ignore him. He practically lives for attention in a way that's worse than even me. Fortunately, since he was moved, he's stopped, or at least slowed, but that was not before he tried to ask me out, twice, the desperate kid, to the homecoming dance. I had to turn him down. Twice. I'm not the only one he bothers. Heck, he really even grinds the teacher's gears, but he is yet to stop.